won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. Let's go. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all want a ring. Yeah, we all want to be free.
Why not go live at 3:30? Well, that's what we decided to do here today. Why? Because it's a nice day out. Why? Because I'd like to go live at this time. And I'm here with my buddy, my pal. I got Lions Rumble. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Mike, man? Lion Nations Unite. How y'all doing, man? Thank you for having me, as always.
And you already know, bro. You're always welcome on here. And I appreciate everybody getting to building. I don't know what happened. The stream didn't start up normally. Then it showed out there, so that's just the way that it did. I have no idea. I don't know if YouTube it did something new. This is the first time that it happened. It started right off the first click. Generally, you got to do a couple clicks, but hey, that's just the way it is. So if you're just getting in here, let's enjoy a good time. We're going to be talking about Lions training camp, Lions versus Colts. We're talking about players the Lions released and some rumors, and we're going to get into all of it. Let's just go ahead and start with the players the Detroit Lions did release, Rumble. We released safety Brady Breeze and wide receiver Josh Johnson to get to 85. Initial thoughts when you think the Lions making the release of those players?
Yeah, man. Obviously they weren't producing or they didn't have a spot for them on this team. But kudos to those guys to just trimming the roster as quickly as they did. Now we have 3 more other preseason games to bring that down to 53. May the best man win. Compete, fight, roar, all of that good stuff.
Hey, look, kind of expected it. These guys weren't meant to be on the roster, in my opinion, anyway, so it's just one of those things where they release the players. You got to get down to 85. These are the last guys, the guys you expect, but wait till we have to do trimming till after the 3rd preseason game. Then we really get to see what's going on regarding the talent on this roster. So not a surprise there. Were any of you guys surprised in the chat? Put Y for yes, put N for no. I'm putting a big old giant N. Not surprised at all. I ain't making a video of it. Why? What's the point? Don Burry says he wrecked the Bears chat. Hey, don't worry, man. The Bears are going to be wrecking their own chat when they realize that their team is in a world of hurt this year. Because I tell you what, when I watched their preseason game, Rumble, notice I took away was that offensive line stinks. They're going to be a bad football team this year.
Yeah, they better strap in for that high draft pick this year and hope and pray that their future quarterback isn't, on the IR for a longer, extended period of time. They got their work cut out for them.
If Justin Field goes down, there's nothing left in that team. It is depleted of talent, and it's going to be glorious to watch because I was listening to Bears fans and channels, and they're saying that the Chicago Bears are going to go 11 wins to 13 wins. I said, all right, okay, we're going to sit back here and just kind of relax. You're going to go ahead and drink that brown Kool-Aid that came from a toilet instead of coming from a real bottle, at the store or in the fridge. You went with that brown Kool-Aid. So it is what it is there. Interesting, though. Very interesting. A lot of rumors coming out. I'm sure you all read it out there. Dropped a video on it. Million articles about it across all of the spectrum of Detroit Lions and Google, that the Detroit Lions, they're saying that Mason Rudolph, the quarterback from the Pittsburgh Steelers, now their 3rd-string quarterback, he's practicing with the 3rd string, who was fighting for the starter job, and then 2nd string, but now he's 3rd string, that according to Philipenda, I destroyed his name, said a former GM, stated that could expect to see Mason Rudolph be traded to the Detroit Lions by the end of the week. What do you think about Mason Rudolph? What do you think about this rumor? Impact? What do you got for this one?
Man, I just Mason Rudolph. I mean, I guess he could be better than a Boyle and Blough. But he too is kind of prone to injury. So he had a major injury in Pittsburgh. But yeah, I mean, if these rumors are true, I don't know what kind of dynamic he can bring to the team. I don't know what. I honestly don't know what more we can get out of him, because he was Big Ben's backup for years in Pittsburgh. But it'd be interesting to see what kind of transition he makes to the NFC North.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here with Mason Rudolph, if this is legitimate or not. I asked Jeff Risden. He says he hasn't heard anything from Detroit's front about this specific player. He hasn't heard anything there. It doesn't mean it's not true. It just means he hasn't heard anything there. Mason Rudolph is better than our backups. If you look at the stats, 2,300 yards. He has 16 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. He's actually won games before. I'm not saying he's good, but he's better than what we got. Tim Boyle and David Blough are both. They have way more interceptions than they do touchdowns. That's not a good stat that you want to have if you are a backup quarterback. Having more interceptions and touchdowns is the reason we lose these games. I understand what Ferg's saying there. He says, why not just wait till cuts? That's what I think my suggestion would be, is wait till cuts. I'm not willing to trade draft pick for Mason Rudolph. I'm not willing to trade any draft pick right now for really any quarterback, when a lot of teams will go to two quarterbacks. Rumble and everyone in the chat, it's just what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of quarterbacks that are cut, whether it be some rookie, undrafted guys that probably did well, or some veterans. You can probably get a better quarterback if you just stand pat. But if they're willing to trade a player who the Lions know is not going to make this 53-man roster, so it's a player swap, I don't care about that. If that's their thinking, say, I don't know, Trinity Benson, they believe is not going to make this team, and they're like, we'll throw you Trinity Benson for Mason Rudolph. Okay, whatever. If you don't, to me, that's basically, it's just a player swap. It's not really trade, but I don't want to give up draft picks. What do you think about, what would you give up? What would be your strategy?
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't want to give up draft capital for an aging QB who, has still yet to prove it in my eyes. Is he worthy of a backup role? Yeah, and I kind of agree with you. I would much rather wait till cuts, because this is still very early in the process of cuts. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a ton of QBs, who were drafted or somebody who we know more worthy to fill that backup role. I don't know how much money he's going to cost too. So I want to kind of keep our books kind of open for, potential free agents, either next year or, later this year. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, the money's not cost much at all. It's just a little over $1 million. Nothing big there, so I ain't too worried about the money aspect. But, I mean, there's going to be cuts. There's going to be quarterbacks that are going to be let go. And if you just wait, you be a little bit patient out there. Somebody is bound to be let go. And you could take on the team. For me, for a backup quarterback, it's not like he's starting. So I'm willing to wait a little bit. I have no problem waiting, because the odds of Jared Goff going down the first play of the first game seems unlikely. So if you were to get him at the end of 53 cuts, 53-man roster cut, he'll still have ample time to learn the playbook. He'll have ideal time to learn under Jared Goff and be okay. That's my perspective on it. And no problem from there. And I'd like for them, again, to go for a young player. I'm not looking to get some old vet or anything like that. There's plenty of players out there. There's a lot. Right. And it's interesting about this draft class, this past draft class of quarterbacks. From what I was told, Rumble, I don't know, I'm sure you've seen it out there. Everyone said that this is the worst quarterback draft class ever. No quarterbacks worthy to be even drafted. And it looks like this is one of the better quarterback draft classes. Malik Willis did fine. Kenny Pickett destroyed it. Sam Howell looked like a god. You had undrafted quarterbacks out there looking really. I mean, Ritter looked really good.
Yes. Yeah.
You can find
we witnessed
talent.
that firsthand.
You
Yeah.
can find
Yeah,
talent.
absolutely.
Damn it.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Even the Nevada QB, everybody was Carson Strong, I believe. I mean, with this O line, I know he had his injuries, knee issues and whatnot. But even just finding a guy like that with this O line, I think he would have had ample enough time to, at least come in there if we were in the lead late in the game and just get his confidence. Again, it's a draft class that the quarterback position was in question, but then, like you said, you have some gems. You named all the starters or all the quarterbacks who came in and just shredded us. Even Ritter, he shredded us, and we could have even drafted him if we wanted to. But yeah, you never know what the QB class is going to bring, man. These guys are young and hungry, and shout out to them for making the most of their opportunities.
100%. And that's why it's really important to, look towards the draft. That's why it's really important to, if you want to be a successful franchise, you got to draft your players. You got to find diamonds in the rough at every position. Doesn't matter what round it is. Just need to find those diamonds in the rough. Would you guys make a trade for Mason Rudolph? Put it in the comment section. Why for yes and for no. For me, it's player v. player. I'm fine with draft pick. I don't want to give up a draft pick for anyone because I just stand pat. If that's the way, I'm just going to sit back and just come on, man. He ain't going to probably make the team. So we all know that. Why are you going to give up a draft pick for a guy you probably just get on the waiver wire? And we do have a high waiver wire claim. That's what happens when you go 3 wins. So odds are you're probably going to get him anyways. So that's just the way it is. We got 2 ends from Vincent and Jesse. Spence says no, and I believe Don Burr says no as well. He says, I'm not interested for backup. So I'm going to just go ahead and throw that as an end there. I player v. player, don't mind. I'm not interested. As long as the player is a guy you're going to let go. Anyways,
it's a no really for me, dog.
It absolutely means nothing at that point. I could care less. So we'll see. What do you think? Do you think that right now we look at the quarterback competition, getting away from trades or getting away from picking up a quarterback? Quarterback 2, we got David Blough, we got Tim Boyle. We've seen preseason 1. We've seen in training camp. Who do you think right now should be QB 2 heading into preseason 2? Do you think Tim Boyle should hold that? Do you think David Blough should jump up there? What is your thought on that position?
I think Blough kind of showed he showed some great just pocket movement, confidence. Now, mind you, he was dialed in with Tom Kennedy. But I think he showed more promise than Boyle did, and Boyle has been getting the second string reps from what I've been hearing quite a bit. So I think Blough, made the most of his opportunities. Now, mind you, that fumble, I think that was just a lapse of concentration. I think he was, no excuse. I think he was just in the moment, and he was just so he had momentum much sooner than Boyle did. Boyle was overthrowing. Boyle looked inaccurate. He just looked shaky in that pocket. Whereas Blough was just kind of moving around, man. He was like a joystick back there. And so shout out to him for just, making the most of his opportunity as well.
And that's the frustrating part about Tim Boyle is we all see he's got a strong arm. He's got the strongest arm in the team. He really does. He can really throw that football very hard. But he's just so inaccurate. He's got no touch at all. Like, the touch is not there. I don't know why he strongs arm every single pass, but he does. It's like, dude, you don't have to really do that. And that's why he goes flying off to Arizona and where it goes flying off to Alaska when you throw football from Detroit. So you just, you can see the talent there, but, man, it's difficult. It's difficult right there. For David Blough, you can see he doesn't have the strong arm. He doesn't have the Tim Boyle arm. He has probably more of a Jared Goff type of arm, less. I don't think he can throw it as far as Goff, but he's more accurate. And I think he's more in tune
Really
with
is.
the route running of his wide receivers. As you can see that, he can run out of side of the pocket and still kind of know where the wide receiver's at, unlike Boyle. What's up, Dr. Detroit, man? Appreciate you. Talked about you this morning. What is up, Dr. D? And we're in fantasy football together, so I can't wait to see what Dr. D does in that mug, because he is a member of my channel, and I appreciate that. I got 4 slots left, but you got to be a member of my channel to be able to do that for my fantasy draft. By the way, and we're not on my channel right now. So, sorry about it. You have to wait till another time. And FYI, will not be live streaming on this channel on Thursday anymore. It's going to be post-game show. We'll have the post-game show whatever day the game's on in preseason, at next week Saturday. I forget what the
This week, Saturday.
Yeah, this week Saturday, and then next week, whatever day it is, we'll be doing a post-game show, so get ready for that. And every single time the Lions play, week 1 through 17, there's going to be a post-game show on here with myself, and I believe Herman Moore and Chrissy as well. So it's going to be happening.
Tap in, man.
Yep,
Yes, sir.
So that will happen, just an FYI. But we want to do 2 lives a week. But after the first preseason game, I said, let's go ahead and do a post-game show, and we're going to implement that. So no more Thursdays on here, but Thursdays on my channel. Thursdays on my channel, so get ready for that. But just FYI. We got 52 in the building. How do we not have 25 likes? What channel is the game on? I think it's Fox. I don't know. Could be different. Make sure you get to 25 likes. Put that in the comment section. Again, if you can't watch the game, by the way, you can see it on my channel. Well, you can't see it on my channel. You can see me on my channel and the audio. We had 1,500 people in the chat on the preseason week 1. 1,500 on my channel. That was
Nice
nuts.
job, guys. Nice job, man.
You guys are crazy, man. Listen to me go off. But yeah, appreciate that. So let's get in the backup. So let me know in the comment section right now. Do you have David Blough put DB as the backup, or TB if you think Tim Boyle should be? I'm going to go DB. I'm going to go David Blough. I like what I saw. I felt like it was more command of the offense. He felt like more grasp on it. That's just my opinion. But I tell you what, if there is a 4th down and they have to go 50 yards, a Hail Mary, I'd put Tim Boyle in there. If it's like, seriously, if they have to get there, pull him out and just put Tim Boyle back there. He's got a much better arm, and I think he could let it rip for sure. So we'll see go forward. But I do like David Blough over that. David Blough, Dr. Detroit as well. David Blough, Devin Davis. David Blough, Brandon Kenny. Lions Rumble, the guy who I'm live with right now. Make sure you go and follow him on Twitter, Lions Rumble 81. David Blough for sure. My vote is for the mascot. I tell you what, I hung out with Rory at training camp, gave a high five. We hung out, and I told him that I'm coming for his job. And that I think that oh man, have mascot, have him as a backup mascot. That's hashtag facts on fact crime, no doubt about it. Also, Chrissy and her friend will jump on here in a little bit to talk a little bit about some stuff. So we'll get on there. Okay, Lions versus Colts. The importance of having 2 teams in training camp that they're practicing against each other. What benefits does that bring? Honestly, I don't see a lot that's going to happen on Saturday. They're going to be facing each other all week. But what do you think that brings out? With the Colts, good team by the way, facing against the Lions in practice all week.
Yeah, I think it just it helps helps our team definitely, because we know the Colts are the AFC. I don't want to say juggernaut, but they're pretty tough team, and I think that's kind of what Dan Campbell's trying to, I don't want to say mimic our team after, but we know the running back was, he was a stud last year, and we know that team is with their head coach who had some personal issues, and just that drive and that grit that he implemented with that team. That's a team that nobody wants to face late in the year as well. But they're pretty. I don't want to say like a cream of the crop team, but they're very you've been in a fight with them. They're
They're
very
solid.
they really are. They really are.
They're a physical
All the way
team. Their
from the head
offensive
coach
line
down.
is very physical. Their
Yes.
defensive line is very physical. I think that's the most important part that I'm looking at is I want to see,
Right.
you look at the Atlanta Falcons. Are they known for defensive line or defense? Not really. But guess what? The Colts are. They got a strong defense.
Yes.
So let's have Juggernaut versus Juggernaut, or what is it? Unstoppable force he meets immovable object. I want to see that because our offensive line
Absolutely.
is good. I think I'm going to say it right now, and I don't care what people say. I think it's the best in the NFL. I think they're ranked 1. I'm going to just go ahead and put that out there way I see it
I
right
agree
now.
with you there.
They're
Heck
ranked
yeah.
1, and I
Heck
want
yeah.
to see them go up against pretty good defensive line because guess what? Week 2, we got to go against a hell of a defensive line by the Washington Commanders. We're talking about Chase Young, Montez Sweat. They're going to be throwing waves of folks at us, and I want our guys to be a little prepared. And I think that we're going to be fine with it. With that said, I don't know how long I want the starters in for, even if I want them in for. Like, I don't want to get injured, man.
I know that part. I do want them in for at least a little bit more than a quarter. I want
Okay.
to see them sustain, like have them in for the entire first quarter, and then if we still have possession, towards the end of that first quarter, I want them to finish that drive per se. I want them to
Yeah.
just go ahead and go back out there and finish your drive. I think that's going to build confidence in these guys, and give them an opportunity during the quarter break, to kind of get in that mindset of okay, it's in between quarters. Let's get our mind back to the game. Let's refresh, rehydrate, all of that stuff. So yeah, again, I'm kind of there with you. I don't want any injuries, but at the same time, I kind of want them to sustain that pressure.
And just like Dan Campbell stated, if you want to get prepared, you got to practice, you got to play, and that's really it, getting in game shape. So I'd like to maybe say 2 drives. That's really it.
Okay.
From the offensive line, even if they pulled Jared Goff out and they had the starting offensive line, I'd be fine with that. I'm confident in Jared. I have a lot of confidence in Jared Goff. I have confidence in the wide receivers. There is a battle at QB too, so maybe they could do something there. But for the starters, I'm looking at 2 drives max for each side. There's a lot of battles going on. I want to see who's going to step up in these battles. And then you got preseason week 3. I don't want to see a single starter in at all.
Absolutely.
No,
agree
I
with
don't
you.
want to see Jared Goff in there. I don't want to see Big V. None of those guys in week 3, the preseason game. To me, that's like week 4 of the preseason when we used to have 4 games. And there's so many battles. The last thing you want is to go injury into week 1. Dang, that would suck. So we don't need that.
Yeah.
If Jared Goff does do 2 drives or the first-string offensive defense, I would like to see 10 points at least. Another drive
Absolutely.
up there for a touchdown or a field goal. I want to see because I think they can do that. I think with the offense that they have, they're going to have to do that. From the defense, just make 1 stop out of the 2 drives. Don't let them score a touchdown or a field goal in one of those 2 drives. Just show a little bit of improvement from last week. And it's not a bad offense. You got Matt Ryan out there. Now they don't have the greatest weapons at wide receivers, but they have a great running game and a great running back and a really good offensive line. So if they can make 1 stop out of the 2 drives that they probably do, I would be happy with that. I think that would show progress.
Yeah, if we score, I want our defense to stop them from scoring. Like I kind of want that. I kind of want them to feed off our offense. So don't let those guys in the end zone. Don't make it easy for them. We know that O-line, like you said, is Jonathan Taylor back there was running all over the league last year. So yeah, we absolutely, our defense absolutely has to take that as a challenge and be like, okay, our offense put up points. We can't allow their starters to put up points. It needs to be a little fun kind of competition like that. Like don't give up anything.
Because Matt Ryan's not Marcus Mariota. He's not a dual threat guy that can scramble out of the pocket. It's not even close.
Exactly.
So if you're allowing him to just sit there and that's going to be a problem. And let's go ahead and talk about the defensive line because this is a topic I think we all need to talk about. It's time to really get into this because I was listening to other podcasts the other day and then I was reading comments on Pride of Detroit. Concern about Levi Onwuzurike. Now, this is second year. He was injured last year. When he was on the field, the concept was he wasn't in shape. He wasn't football shape because he didn't really practice a whole lot. Okay, You come this training camp, you're like, you expect him to take that next step. He hasn't been training. He hasn't been at practice. And now they're saying he may not be even ready for week 1. Are you concerned? Let me know in the comment section, 1 out of 10. How concerned are you about Levi Onwuzurike? 1 out of 10. 1 being not concerned at all, 10 being that you think this guy's an absolute total bust. Okay, so let me know what you think there. Are you concerned with Levi? What's your number, Rumble? Explain.
Yeah, I got a 6. I think he came in football shape this year. Like you said, it was there was talks last season that he wasn't in football shape. And I've been subscribed to his channel before he was drafted by the Lions, and I just see the hard work that he was putting in prior to draft day. And again, I don't want to sound cynical and be like, oh, because now that he's on a roster, he's kind of taking it easy. I don't want to think that. So whatever injury that's nagging him, again, with the whole thing that Deuce Staley said, there's a difference between being injured and just playing hurt. And so hopefully that's what it is. But we know he can be a dynamic force on that D line, especially next to Aleem. Especially just he demands a double team. The guy knows how to move his feet. He's got great technique in a sense to where he knows how to just disrupt any way he can. But again, if we can get this whole D line, if we can see them like the whole D line, I will be much more confident in what Hutch can do and Aleem and everyone else that they line up on that D line. But I gotta see Levi. Levi, you have to improve your health. You have to improve your mental. This is a grueling season, man. 17 games is a long season. Regardless of what we might say or think or believe, it's a grind, man. And hopefully he can get back in there as quickly as possible.
The physical wear and tear of football in a physical sport like that on the human body is incredible. And it beats you down, and it does not care what you feel about that. Yeah. My concern with Levi is hearing it could be chronic back pain. That's not a good thing because I have that. I have degenerative arthritis, degenerative arthritis and disc disease. I have bad spine, and it is something that does not go away. You can have surgeries. I've had surgeries. It can help alleviate, but you're not getting stronger. It's just one of those things where it helps alleviate. My fear is if that is the case, how long could is this something that's going to keep doing this where he's always injured and he just can't stay healthy? And he's a big body. He's not a small guy. Yeah. He's got a big frame, and that's a lot of weight on the spinal cord itself. So I guess I'm worried because I think about myself and the pain that I deal with, and if a guy who's doing such a physical sport at a physical position and his size, it's worrisome. I hope Levi, man, I'm praying for this guy. We need him out there. We invested a second-round pick in him. In that draft, he was considered either the best or the second-best defensive tackle in the draft. We need help on the interior, like you said, with Aleem McNeil. We need Pascal in there, too. But I'm not going to do bust factor. That's ridiculous at this point. He's only been here 1 year, so I'm not going to
Exactly. And to your point, shout out to you, man. That's a debilitating injury. And like you said, you make great points, man. He's 200-plus pounds going against a lineman who's, probably slightly heavier, and he's trying to have to push this guy. So, it's a debilitating, nagging injury for linemen because they have to, their back is important. And any athlete, your back is important. Your core is important. So moving forward, I hope that, he slimmed down a little bit. So I'm hoping that kind of alleviates things, and I'm hoping he's doing the right treatments. I'm hoping he's using his, his best judgment as far as, weightlifting and all these, things. But yeah, man, I hope and pray, like you said, I hope it's treatable, and I hope it's, nothing that's going to prevent him from doing something that he loves, because he's still a young man, and I know how much this game means to him. And I know how devastating and depressing that will be if he can't do this game that he loves.
Yeah, I had to retire from the Army after 8 years
Yeah,
because the body just could not take it no more. It's just too much. From a spine perspective, I used to do drywall as a civilian, and it's a very physical job. I couldn't do when I just can't do it no more. The body just can't
absolutely.
handle it. It beats down. So I am freaking praying for this guy to get healed. I agree. Wait till he's fully healed. Give him every opportunity to succeed, but my worrisome is high. I'm really
Yeah.
worried about him. And Pascal with the surgery that he had on his hernia. We don't really have an update on that. Like there's so many
Yeah.
different type of surgeries. Really don't know anything. Hopefully at some point they can give us a clue what's going on with Joshua Pascal. But we got to hit on these second round draft picks. Okay, let's talk about these second round draft picks because this is how you're successful as an NFL franchise. You draft well. You find players in all the rounds, 1st through 7th, and undrafted. And recently, the last 20 years, we suck with the second round draft. What is it with the second round draft pick? What the hell?
Oh man, I don't. I see what Brad Holmes and them are trying to do. They want to bring in guys who understand the culture and understand team first. Uh, so you can't even really call them. We can't call them individuals because they're already kind of got that team mentality. They put their team first. So I see where they're going with these picks, Pascal, especially. And the guy is just it's just a heartwarming story with him, man. He had cancer. He defied the odds there. He was a leader on his team, and he was very vocal with their success. And that guy he embraces the challenges and adversities because he knows he was raised right in his home. He knows he can overcome them. So I get that pick. I like it from that standpoint. Sorry, I didn't mean to use a Matt Patricia term, but I see
Standpoint,
what
you
they're trying to
destroyed that
do.
word.
They're trying to just implement the what the Detroit culture is all about, man. Blue collar, hardworking. Whatever challenge you place before us, we're gonna knock it out of the park. And I like it, but at the same time, like you said, man, those second round draft picks need to be immediate starters. They need to have an immediate impact, and we're kind of batting iffy right now with those second round draft picks. So um, again, another guy. I hope he gets healthy, and I hope he's able to make an immediate impact with this team moving forward.
I like DeMarvin Leal. Rod Detroit's talking about him. DeMarvin Leal is standing out big time. Same with our guy Nakobe Dean, standing
Oh
out big
man,
time. Pascal's got to work out because if you miss on draft picks, that's why good teams are good. Is they continue to
yes,
draft their replacements, and it's just seamlessly. It's like if you look at
right,
George Pickens, it's like the it's like the Steelers just know how to draft them. That's what good
yep,
franchise and GMs do. They let
and
players go and they turn around to draft their replacements, and
that's why.
that's what you got to do.
Right, sorry. That's why he's made the playoffs. Like we
Yeah.
don't give enough credit to Tomlin, man. That guy has never missed the playoffs really. And like you said, that's a credited to their GM and him and their draft stocks, man. They like you said, it's rare that they miss. Even with Chase Claypool, I mean, it's rare that they miss. And it kind of with the Patriots too, with the running back tandems that they had for many years. It's rare that they miss there. Even wherever they're drafting, they somehow seem to, one year they had LeGarrette Blount. Next year they had, oh my gosh, I forget the running back's name, but he was kind of in the Super Bowl talks to be in the MVP, and then they end up giving it to Brady. James White, I believe. He had a phenomenal Super Bowl. So yeah, like you said, to your credit, man. Next man up. The draft is very important and very vital to the success of your team.
So I stress on my channel about the draft, the importance of the draft, and acquiring talent. Because when you can do that, that's how you'll become a winning franchise. You just need to find players in all the rounds. And second
Right.
round has just been a disaster for the Lions the last 20 years. Absolute
Yeah.
disaster. So hopefully this thing can start changing. Pascal, get on the field and start helping stop the run. That, the giant hole there.
Yes,
I understand that, it's like, well, we need to get another defensive tackle. We've drafted a bunch of them. How about the players
Yeah,
we
we have.
draft step up? And that's what we need for this football team. Let's talk about a player who has been stepping up for the Detroit Lions. He's not got pretty much any praise at all, except for starting at preseason. And yesterday, he had another good game. Could this be another diamond in the rough? Chase Lucas, cornerback, 7th-round pick for the Detroit Lions, almost had an interception in preseason. Yesterday, had an interception. What is up with the Lions finding these corners, whether it be Jerry Jacobs, an undrafted rookie, now Chase Lucas really starting to show out to really help this team? I love it. I think that if he continues, he needs to be on this roster over a Mike Hughes or somebody else. What does a Chase Lucas change for the dimension of the Lions secondary if he turns out to be like he's getting better every day?
Right. Yeah, I think it changes it, like you said, just youth wise. We know how how you were when you were younger, man. Game day, very eager. You're eager to learn. You're eager to try new things. So I think that changes the dynamic in that, because it's going to give us a guy who could potentially be a Swiss Army knife back there, who can play in coverage, who can potentially rush the QB or stop the run, and it just gives that core a youth, an enthusiasm about it that maybe those veterans like Okuda need, or the Jerry Jacobs. It's allowing them to push these older guys who have probably mentally go, oh, okay, my spot here is secured, but it's like, no, this guy's rising up in the ranks rapidly. And I'm sure the coaches don't mind him. Aubrey Pleasant and AG. I'm sure they're excited to see this, because now it's like you said, it's gonna make their job harder when it comes time to cut people.
Yeah, and
So
I'm going to take
kudos to
the
Jace Lucas.
7th-round pick over a Mike Hughes. I'm going to take the guys who they've drafted who has a higher ceiling over the rest, and we need that because at the
Yes.
corner position, injuries are significant. It happens quite a bit, and you need to have guys that could be back up there. We've seen it with Jeffrey Okuda. We've seen it all the time, and I'm really excited to see. I think we can transition out of the Colts game and the Lions on Saturday. He is now a guy who I'm keeping my eye on, is Chase Lucas. Okay, Chase, I see you. Now I'm going to watch you. I'm going to watch you real, real hard. Who's a player that you're really paying attention to now that maybe you weren't before, got an eye on, want to see something from?
Man, see, you guys have got me on the Emrod bandwagon. He had some hits, man. That special team hit, where he kind of literally lined the guy up and all but, kind of he went through him, man. So I'm it's going to be interesting to see how they harness his injury or energy and allow him to just put him in positions to make dynamic plays like that, because we kind of need that at linebacker. I'm not going to lie, man. If he can be that guy who, like you said, with this massive O-line that the Colts have, if that running back breaks that line and we have an immovable force, meeting him at the line, it could potentially, create a turnover or just get some kind of spunk out of that core and change the dynamic of that game. But that's a guy I'm really looking forward to seeing play more. And again, we witnessed him just on special teams a little bit. We got a little bit of snippet,
Yeah.
but I think he's got some wrestling background. I think he has all the intangibles that you want for a guy at his position. But I would like to see more out of him. That's the guy I'm tuned into.
I'm looking at Mr. Buggs himself, interior defensive line. I like what I saw out of him last week, and with the issues that we're having stopping the run, maybe he can alleviate some of that issues. He was a big body in there, and you could see he was a presence. All you need is that presence. You need somebody to kind of come out of nowhere, and right now we're thin with defensive tackle and the injuries that's taken place. Maybe Buggs can come in here and be a Charles Harris. I love what I saw from him. Now I want to see him, move him up. Let's see what he can do in the first ring. See what he can do.
Yeah,
let's see what he can stop Taylor. Let's see if he can help out there. Why not? This is what preseason's for. A lot of eyes on Mr. Bugs. John Kaminsky, someone threw it in the comment section as well. I love what I saw from Kaminsky. Clearly, a lot of teams were going after him in the waiver wire. I mean, 5 other teams, 6 total with Detroit. There's a reason why, and he showed out for the Lions on defense. I don't care what your name is on defense. I don't care where you were drafted at this point. I want players who make plays. And our defense right now is weak, and everybody knows it's the weakest unit on our team. Special teams and offense is better. I want to see players on this defense, whether you're undrafted or not, make plays. Chase Lucas, love what I've seen. Bugs, love what I've seen. Kaminsky, love what I've seen.
Yes.
Jared Davis, they did a lot of rushing with him. That was nice. He's not the coverage guy. But, hey, if he's need him to rush, let him rush. I don't care about the Julian Okwara's right now. I don't care about that. What about you?
Yeah, man, you got me fired up with that. Yeah, like you said, I don't care what your name is. If your name is called, if you're asked to play, go out there and show us something, man. Show us why you're here. Show us what the coaches and those executives saw in you to make a play for you, whether it be draft, free agency, brought you in on a 1-year contract, man. Come in here and you have a canvas. You have a canvas that you can paint your picture. Nate Burleson said that best, man. And that's something that kind of always stuck with me. Like, go out there and paint your masterpiece, man. You have a limited amount of snaps that you're playing. Go out there and make the most of it, man. I don't care what your name is. I don't care how high you were drafted. You were brought here because they obviously saw that you could have potential to be something. So go out there, make the best of your opportunity, man.
I just like Jerry Jacobs, and that he can be a testament to that. Dude was an undrafted guy. He's a starter for sure for the Lions. I see him as the nickel guy when week 1 happens. And I met the dude. The guy is built like a huge tank. And he says he should be good to go. I believe it, what he says. So you can do it if you're a low at the totem pole. Just ask JJ. He'll tell you right then and there. He is the word.
Man, incredible, man. Incredible story, man. Happy for him.
Yeah, 100%. It's good for the rest of the roster to see that, because if you're not making the team, or you think you're not making the team because you're an undrafted or you're a 7th-round pick, you say, well, look at Jerry Jacobs, man. He did it. He did it. Now, there is a battle going on with tight end. And this one's interesting. I always thought it was Brock Wright, James Mitchell, T.J. Hawkinson. That was 1, 2, 3. But Devin Funchess decided to take his hat, throw it in the ring. Devin Funchess. Now, they released 2 tight ends yesterday or the day before, one of those. And it's coming down. Generally, you keep 3 tight ends. Could they keep 4? I guess they could, but 3. This is tough because Brock Wright looked good in the pass game. He wasn't getting the big touchdowns, but he was finding the open holes, and that's really important too, And Devin Funchess, big body, just getting open, and he was jumping over fools. He's hungry. He looked real. Yes. I've watched his career quite a bit. He never looked like this. It's not like this. He looks hungry, like he wants it.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah, he's home, man. He came back home. Man. He's from Michigan. He's kind of home, man. It's coming out party, man. Welcome back.
Who makes it? It's tough.
I like Funchess. I like him because his red zone presence, that first game. Now, I got to see him again in the second game against the Colts, but that's what we need in the red zone. We need a big target. We know that they're going to be double teaming Hawk or whatever, but you saw how Funchess just he jumped, made the catch, had his knee in bounds. These are things that we kind of need because your window is going to be small in the red zone. You know it. The end zone's only so many. It's going to be small. So if they can wing that ball in there and you can make that, they have confidence that you're going to make that catch and come down and secure it. That's going to be huge, man. They're not going to be able to double him and Hawk. They're not going to be double.
And he looks so smooth back there, man.
He really does.
It was a ninja smooth. It was like a ninja squirrel or something.
Tree. Yeah, his route tree is incredible, man.
It was.
I love it.
It was. Yeah. He has a different feel to him. And when I seen him jump over the player, I was like, oh, even though it wasn't a big gain, but I love that. That's the stuff I love.
Absolutely.
It means he wants it. He's fighting. I was like, okay, I see you. You know what, man? I'll put it like this. I like all four, and if it came down to a QB3 or tight end 4, I'm taking tight end 4. I'm right now because I love what Devin Funchess brings in the red zone, and I like what Brock Wright brings in the middle of the field, just on a second or third down.
Right, and to your point, I have to see Funchess block. We know not all the tight ends like to do that. That's that part. That's that grainy part. Nobody really likes it, but you have to block. So that's a very vital part because every now and then you're gonna have to chip before you go run your route. You're gonna have to do those. You're gonna have to do those dirty things. But if he can do that and accept his role, and as far as that goes, then I'm with you, man. Why not keep 4?
Why not?
Because you can always move Funchess out to wide receiver if need be. I mean, kind of. Yeah,
he's like a wide receiver, tight end, hybrid, big body guy that I always forget this dude's name. We had that tight end, and it was a Cleveland game. He got like 4 touchdowns from Matthew Stafford. Terrible blocker, but he's so big in the red zone. You just throw him the football. You need that, man. You need that.
Yes.
It's a weapon, and I will take that right now. Devin Funchess, when he signed, I was like, can't body. But I'm like, oh, okay, I see you. I see you, man. DF. Oh, okay. I like what I see. And so I'm looking at him, too. If he can do another performance like that, I say, you know what? Keep him on the roster at that point because I think he wouldn't make a practice squad. If he starts to do that, other teams
somebody's
say,
going to pick him up.
Yeah, someone's going to pick him up. They're like, okay, Funchess. Not Funchess over Cephas. No, Cephas is going to make the team, I think, pretty much regardless. I think we go 6 wide receivers, so it's not.
I was just stating his versatility, man.
Yeah,
like who wouldn't want to put him in the red zone? Let's say you have Hawk, you could still kind of sneak him in there in the red zone if need be. He's like you said, big target.
Yeah.
What is he, 6'4"? 6'4", who he can jump. He showed he can jump. He jumped over a whole human. Now, mind you, the guy was bending down to try to tackle him, but he cleared him.
Yeah.
Like I was like, in that small window, he had the mind to jump over him.
Funchess over
like
Boyle, Weston Line. That's facts. Yes, we're talking about Trev Fulgham. Is that the tight end that did that?
Fulgham, yeah.
Is that the tight end? I just remember that game, and he injured his foot over his dog peeing or something really weird.
Yeah, I might have to go back and check that out. But yeah.
But that's like each player has a different role. Like when you look at Cephas and compared to Funchess, they're totally 2 different players. One is just he catches everything. He throws away. He's not the fastest guy in the world. He's completely different from the wide receivers that we have on the team. Then we have Funchess, who's that big freaking body, that size mismatch, target in the red zone, and right now he's showing that dog in him. So I think Joseph Fourier, that's who it is, Steve-O. Yes, Joseph Fourier. That's the guy who I was talking about. Joseph Fourier, and I think he could be that, but a little bit better, And so that would be a nice weapon for Ben Johnson. You got to get touchdowns in the red zone. It's a mismatch. You throw Funchess out there. You got T.J. Hawkinson. You got D.J. Chark, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and you got Jameson Williams.
Or Swift out the back, running around.
Swift out the back. Okay. But what are you going to do? Someone's going to be open.
Absolutely.
You don't get a touchdown right there. So that's something that you got to consider. I would look at that for sure. Let's go ahead and do some comments in the comments section. We'll do a mailbag segment. We'll have some fun taking questions from the chat. So if you got questions, let me know. Let me get this thing going right now. Throw us questions, folks. Use the hashtag #SmashTheHole, hashtag FGB. I already talked to the person who potentially start designing these shirts for hashtag #SmashTheHole. We definitely like that on my channel and this channel. And a hashtag FGB or just hashtag whatever, hashtag Lions, hashtag LNU. It's so I can see it. It's a great way for my eyes to see it. There's a ton of questions on this queue. If you guys could see the queue, you'd understand what I'm saying, and then you'd be like, oh, that's why he always says it. It's just so it sticks out to me because I got like 20-some, and then every time you guys comment, it pushes it down. So it's like beep, 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 and it goes real quick. So we got hashtag smash the hole. Al Torrey already starting it. Love it. Get those things in. If you got a question, let us know. Bears draft sucked. Who did better, Minnie or Green Bay? I thought they both did all right. I think Minnesota, to me, they always have a good draft. It seems like, yeah, the Bears are weird. I think they're going to be a bad football team this year. I think they're going to be real bad. And I do like Christian Watson, wide receiver from the Green Bay Packers. Who plays first, Levi Onwuzurike or Joshua Pascal? What do you got, Rumble? This is a tough one.
Oof. Yeah, I'm going to go, man, you know what? I'm going to go Levi. He was already a starter. And like you said, hopefully that back situation, hopefully him shedding some of those pounds, really improve his timetable and getting back. You know, he should be lighter. He should be more lean. You know, same with Aleem. So I'm hoping and praying that he comes back first. Because like you said, we have a kind of a guy on the outside linebacker position that can kind of hold the fort down for the time being. But yeah, I want Aleem to be able to get back in there and bolster the interior of that defensive line so that these guys on the edges can eat and potentially the interior guys can eat.
I'll say Joshua Pascal. I say he's back.
Okay.
Maybe he's ready for week 1. I don't know. Hashtag Mailbag. Who do you think is better quarterback, Jared Goff or Derek Carr? I'll go Derek Carr. I think he's a better quarterback.
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. The guy's got the best deep ball percentage in the league for, the past several years. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Carr.
What another backup quarterback during cuts are you looking for? I don't know who's going to get cut. I couldn't tell you. I don't know how their teams are going to do it if they go 2 or 3. So you just got to wait till cut time. I could not tell you that right now because I just don't know what they got going on right there for them.
Yeah, I would like to see Garoppolo maybe if he gets cut. We don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what's going on over there, but that would be an interesting name to kind of see and yeah.
Yeah, he should get traded. Maybe not. I don't know. If he gets cut, he's gonna get paid probably pretty good. What the F is going on with Romeo? Dude talking about stoic philosophy and his IG is all photography. Is the dude done mentally? I don't know. I'm not on his Instagram, but all I know is he said he hopes to play this year. That's never a good sign.
Yeah, hopes to play this year. We could. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope it's not another carry-on situation where it's just like, not taking it seriously. I bless his heart if he is going through something mentally, but I don't want him to put his playing career before his mental health. So, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't follow him on Instagram. I don't know what's going on there. I just hope he can play. That's what I'm hoping. Let's see here. We got a question about Kirby Joseph. Should Kirby play nickel? No, I think he needs to play safety. I think we need help at safety. I think we're good. Jerry Jacobs will man that down. I think you can even, throw in Chase Lucas. Chase Lucas is showing that he's got something in there. If you're to convert a safety to a corner, I would say that would be Ifutu Melifonwu.
Yeah, you talked about that earlier. I agree with you there. Kirby is a center fielder playing safety. We know the guy can catch. What was he, a wide receiver converted to safety?
6 interceptions last year, roaming the back end. That's what he does. Yeah. He's a pick machine. Yeah. So, that's what I want him doing out there.
Yep.
Mike Rose can play the Sam Mike linebacker. Come on, Detroit, open your eyes. He says we need to get a linebacker. I know what he's saying. Would you guys draft a linebacker in the first round next year? That's going to be a question I'm going to ask Rumble right now. Put Y3SN for no if you think the Lions should draft a linebacker with one of their first round picks. Yeah. I'm going to go I think they should.
Absolutely.
I want to see linebacker.
They should. Yeah. I think
The
two
only way
Wells
they
brothers out
don't
there
is
too.
if they decide to be aggressive and trade up for a quarterback. But I want to see them get
Or
a linebacker.
that or like you said, in free agent, they kind of they kind of make a move that we don't see. But again, we're I'm hoping, and again, I don't want to sound like uh, I don't want to sound like a negative person saying this, but I'm hoping that that Rams pick is much more favorable than what we're thinking it's going to be. Only because, okay, Stafford, you got your ring. Okay, like how about how about karma kicks us a little good karma on our end?
How
We need
about
it.
you go
We need it, man.
break a bone so we can get a better
Yeah,
draft
or
pick? Nah.
decide to sit out for the year because you want to play a little longer. Do that for us. Do that, man. Do
Yeah,
us a
man.
solid, Stafford.
Hey, Stafford, break
Come
a
on.
toe, man. Say I can't do
Do us that
this
solid.
year. I'll come back next year. That's when I'll do it. Do us a solid, man. We got 130 in the building. Let's get to 75 likes. 75. Hit that like button if you haven't done so. It's free and it helps the channel out. Hashtag FGB. Who would you start as corners? I'll start Amani Warrior, Jeffrey Okuda, and Jerry Jacobs as the slot guy, the nickel corner. That's who I would have right there. Backups, I'd have Chase Lucas. I'm sure Will Harris will be a backup. Other than that, that's who I want as
Yeah,
starters.
I'm right there with you. You saw him at camp, so I'm gonna go there with you on that. That'd be who yeah. You witnessed him firsthand at camp. Again, we need to see more out of Akuda. I know I keep saying that, but start making plays on the ball. Like start
Yeah.
defending, start tipping balls. You know, let's see that kind of dynamic from you.
You can't have Will Harris beat you out as a starting number 2 corner on this team.
No, no way.
That
No
means
way.
that's not good. So you got to get it. That's what it needs to happen that way. We invested the 3rd overall pick. Get out there and make some moves for the Lions. Which position group is the strongest overall besides offensive line? Wide receivers.
And then I'm gonna go to what we were just speaking about, tight ends. I think,
Tight ends
like you
pretty
said, it's going to
strong.
be very difficult. Do we keep 4, or who's going to get cut? So yeah, I'm right there with you with that, man.
That's interesting because we talked about this all off season, like what's going to happen with the tight ends. Is this going to be a position of weakness? Who's going to be the battle? End up being pretty strong, with
Yeah,
the rise
Hawkinson's
of Devin
contract year.
Funchess. So
Yep, Hawkinson's contract year. What's he got left in the tank? What dynamic is he going to bring to this offense? So yeah, man.
100%. What happens first Lions playoff win with Goff or Goff wedding? If the Lions win a playoff game, he's staying in Detroit. This is what I'd say. If he won a playoff game, he'd probably get an extension.
And
Goff.
he'd get a statue in front of Ford Field. He'd get
You get a statue holding a
he'd get
football.
the
You see like
yeah,
Roger
he'd get
Goodell in the Sistine Chapel with Jared Goff's finger, and Roger Goodell's there
definitely
like a god. That,
he'd definitely get a boulevard or a street named after him too.
yeah. I'd name my office the Goff office for something like that, man. If you got a question,
Goff
put
app.
hashtag in the comment section. Hashtag in the comment section so I can see it and we can get at it. Let's see. I think Amani Arcuda outside A.J. Parker, the slot cornerback. Okay, he could be. He's in there. He's in the mix too. Would you consider our team to be just about complete on both sides of the ball if we traded for Roquan Smith? I would say it's closer, but no, still not complete. I think they need more depth at probably safety, probably just another piece there. I think they'd probably need to get an interior defensive lineman just because of the injury to Levi Onwuzurike. And if you think that he's not the franchise quarterback and Jared Goff, like a franchise type of quarterback, I'm a wait to see with Jared Goff. I ultimately think the franchise guy is probably in the draft. That's just my personal belief. He can completely change it, go out there and blow it up. Either way, like I'm happy because you either get a quarterback or you have a quarterback. So either way, it's a win-win if you ask me.
Right.
That's just my personal belief.
Yeah, I think who's going to be the backup to Roquan if we bring him in? So again, that's another issue where we're going to have to find out who that backup to him is going to be should something happen to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, you hit everything out of the park with that one. So
Yeah, and we're looking at backups there, like you were saying too. For sure, it's always important to have depth. There's always going to be injuries.
Yeah.
Chase Lucas over A.J. Parker at nickel. No, I'd have Jerry Jacobs. I think Chase Lucas is more of a developmental player. I just like he's a young player and he's getting better. So I wouldn't have him as a starter right now or anything like that. But I like to see the development of what he's going on. Some players are not developing. He's more developing, so I'll take the developmental player.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen such a turnaround in depth as we did with our wide receiver core since last year? No, that was an insane turnaround. We're the worst in the NFL and we're the better ones.
We start Amon St. Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown, and like the whole dynamic changed for that core, that group. So, yeah, man. I love it.
It's called striking gold, man. I mean, you've seen Khalif Raymond step up a little bit more. He's had a really good Amon-Ra St. Brown blew up, DJ Shark doing everything he can, and then you get Jameson Williams. So you went from a position of weakness to a massive strength. Yeah. And now it's like, and Josh Reynolds in there, it's like, who do you cover? You have, and if there's injuries, it's like, oh, well. Like Jameson Williams is not going to play for a while. Oh, well.
Right.
To say that about your 12th pick of the draft is like, no way. Like, it's just like, oh, okay, we got depth there.
Yeah.
We're still going to beat you. Like, it's going to happen. It's just not going to be as fast. You know, we're going to have a fast guy right on there, but wait till he gets in there. Right? It's a good thing to have. How many Will Harris would it take to tackle Jonathan Taylor in Indianapolis? It's going to take as a safety. Well, you're going to probably need 100 Will Harris as safety.
Yeah. By the time Jonathan Taylor gets full speed, I say 4. You're going to need 4 Will Harrises to match this guy's inertia and his forward. The guy's a tank, man. The guy's a tank at running back, man. Incredible story with him too.
Yeah, well, we'll see, man. If I don't know if he's even going to play in the game. I don't know if the starters are going to play. I have no idea. But if he is playing in there, woof. Yeah, you know Hulk Hogan says, I'm going to run wild on you. Well, that's exactly what's going to happen there, man. It's going to be a run wild on you, man. It's definitely going to be that. Is there a known timeline on Levi and Josh returning? No, not that I know of. All I know is they don't know if Levi will be ready for week 1. That's pretty much it. Other than that, it's been in the dark about these injuries. So, is Vitai's injury serious? I have heard absolutely nothing on that. Have you heard on that?
Another guy. Nope, another guy. We're kind of in the fog about, really. I don't know. I don't know. We'll hear more, I'm sure. Couple weeks, we'll hear more, I'm sure. But they better be in a hyperbolic chamber, like icing and just really like allowing their body to heal and doing their treatments. They have to, because I believe you brought this up in a different stream. You know what you do in the off season when nobody's watching you is what matters. You have to be taking care of your body. Dan Kilmer brought it up in the first Hard Night episode. Everybody came in shape. You have to watch your diet. You have to maintain your diet. You have to maintain that workout regimen. You have to maintain that mental regimen. You have to maintain that playbook. You have to do all these things while no one is watching. This is what makes champions. This is what builds culture. So hopefully they're doing that.
He may not be injured. I've even heard he just wasn't at practice. It doesn't mean really anything. So I haven't heard anything on that at all. I'm thinking it's nothing because you probably would have heard something. So that's my personal. Is anyone else pumped for the Hard Knocks tonight? Absolutely pumped. What are you looking for Hard Knocks tonight?
What? Oh man, I've coined the phrase. It's a Hard Knock night for us. I didn't coin it, but I just thought it was cool. But yeah, absolutely, man. The city once again on the map. I don't know where they go this week. Maybe we figure out why we went to Jared's. Pun intended. Maybe we figure out what makes this guy tick. What makes him what makes him the soft-spoken guy he is. Why he's wearing that captain on his jersey so quickly. And maybe we see a different dynamic to him. Kudos to him, especially, there's been talks that his wife was receiving, or fiance was receiving death threats and whatnot from our community. I just got to put this out there. That wasn't our community. We don't stoop that low. We love our guys. Yeah, anybody down in Honolulu Blue, we love you repping our city. So I'm just put that out there, man. But yeah, maybe we'll see a different side to him because I like to kind of think he's got a different side to him that he's not showing the media. And I think he was in this press conference and he was like, "Man, I think I put my shirt on backwards. Oh well, we'll just kind of." So
Do
that
it
was kind
again.
of fun to see. Yeah, yeah. He just kind of was like, "Whatever, bro." Like, you know what I
I want to
mean?
see
So
the players a little bit more. Like we've seen a lot of the
yeah,
coaches. Let's see some of the
yeah,
players in there. Let's focus on some of the guys there. I love the coaches, but let's see some of their what's going on that. Maybe they show a release. I don't know because a couple was a day ago or two. I don't really know how it works. Maybe they show something
yeah.
like that. Behind the scenes of the preseason game, that should be interesting because
Oh,
that's going to be
incredible.
recorded on there.
Even the coaches interacting with the players, man. I think that's going to be
Yeah,
something to see too, man. Hell
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And you said there are
I'm ready.
people, Lions fans are DMing Jared Goff's girlfriend. If you're doing that and doing death threats, you're pretty much a garbage human being.
Yeah, I think
You're a
she made
loser.
a post. Yeah, yeah.
You're an
We can't
absolute
have that.
loser, and you have no life at all. Like you really
Yeah, our
need to
community,
take
we get enough crap.
5.56 to your skull. And if you don't know what that is, well, there's a reason why I said 5.56. So that's what you really, really need to do. Do us a favor and put 5.56 to your skull. We would be very
Yeah,
appreciative if you're that type of
our
garbage
fan
human
base.
being.
Yeah, our fan base gets. We already get enough trauma from other fan bases and just being a Detroit Lion fan. So we can't give them any more ammo to kind of desecrate us. But I love our community, man. I know we're not doing that. There's got to be other Bear fans or Packer fans or somebody else, man.
Hey, like you really have to be a loser if you're doing that. Like, really,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
She has
No,
nothing
we
to
love
do
our
with
guys.
anything, and it's like it's a sport, guys. It's not worth killing people over. Come on, dog.
Yeah, we
This
love
ain't
our
war. This
guys
ain't
here.
something real. This is pastime. Look, we get angry about games and stuff like that, but we're gonna really result to that extent. Y'all crazy. What Lions jersey would you get next? It'd probably be Penei Sewell, as I am a Duck fan as well. I think that would be fitting. I think I'd get it in a Ducks jersey, though. In all honesty, I think
Quack,
I'd get a Sewell
quack, quack.
in Ducks jersey. I like the
Yeah, I
Ducks.
think
They
my
got
next
some.
one. I think I'm gonna have to go with. I think I'm gonna have to go with Hutch. I like that white for some reason. I think that white is beautiful, man. The white Hutch jersey, '97. That thing's beautiful.
That is beautiful. Yep, the Hutch,
Yeah.
yeah. Is our offense more talented than the 2018 Rams offense minus Todd Gurley? No, I'm not going to say that. It's hard to compare a team to like a great. I'm not going to ever do that. Can it put
Yeah.
up points? Can it win football games? Absolutely. Is it them? No. Is it the 2008 Patriots where they 19 and 0 and lost the Super Bowl? No. Is it enough to do shootouts and win games? I think so. Well, I don't want to
Enough.
compare it. It's just two different teams too.
Yeah. To your point, man, it's hard because teams change every year. The game plans change every year. So it's hard to compare it to a 2018 team because we all know now it's like much more QB friendly where they're tossing the pigskin and you know some teams though are still smash mouth. But yeah, it's hard to compare that 2018 team. That team was special, but I think Goff has the makeup and the tenacity to kind of you know will these wide receivers in this team to kind of do something of that caliber. But it's
Yeah.
hard to compare them though.
Got a question here. Can you see Savion Smith making the football team? I don't know. That cornerback room is very powerful right now. Probably
It's
not
thick.
practice squad. Maybe more
It's thick.
development.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be quite difficult. I think it's going to come down to player like a Mike Hughes or like we were talking earlier. Um,
Like you said, injuries. We still
Injuries.
have a
Yeah,
couple more preseason games, so God forbid,
go out there
you
and
know,
ball
we,
out.
we yeah, man.
SSS. Go out there and ball out, man. That's all.
Yep.
That's all he can do, and change the narrative. But right now, I'd probably say outside looking in, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see here. There was more questions. What about linebacker help? We need a lot of it. That's what we need. If I'm the Detroit Lions, I am looking at 31 other teams' roster cuts and the word LB
Absolutely.
next to the name. That is what I'm doing because we need
Absolutely.
help. in a big
Yeah,
way.
I'm kind of right there with you, man. I think the Cowboys have a lot of stockpiled linebackers, and for reasons.
Hmm.
Um, they always draft linebacker, so that didn't tell you something. And they're one of the more well, they've been labeled quote unquote America's team. So, but we know how their linebackers get down, man. They've always had a filthy linebacker core. Even so, yeah. If definitely all 31 teams, man, we're looking at your linebackers. So help us out.
For
Help
sure.
us out a little bit.
Okay, hold on one second. We're gonna bring in a guest here, and it's my little homie. What do you got going on, Chrissy?
Oh, I'm getting ready for some Lions Nation Unite yoga that's going to be taking place at 7:30 Eastern Time.
Oh man, you got some yoga going on?
I
Oh
got
my God. Oh well, talk about it. I'm curious to hear about your yoga, and I'm gonna throw the info in the comment section.
So one of the big things when Herman Moore founded Lions Nation Unite is that he wanted it to be a unique platform that wasn't like all the other ones. So one of the things that he suggested heading into training camp was doing a fitness challenge. So we have two different spectrums of fitness. Herman's wife, Angela, is going to be leading a boot camp. Her first class is tomorrow at 7 Eastern. And I did tell her I would be taking one of her classes. I'm a little nervous. And then my good friend Caitlin is going to be leading yoga, which is going to be restorative and good for muscles and joints and all of that. So you can be challenged and really have some calorie burning in there with Angela. But no matter what, you can modify whether you're doing either type of workout, or we can do some yoga. I will be in there tonight doing the yoga. I've been a yogi for about 5 years.
Yogi, and for manly men, do manly men do yoga?
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
Well, I want to hear it from your perspective. What for people like Alliance Rumble or people like me or people in the comment section, the
I
people that let them
I
know.
think manly men are like intimidated by yoga because they think it should be easy, but then when you get into it, it's really not easy. It can be very challenging. I
Yeah.
personally love yoga because it's all your own body weight. So there's no weights, no anything like that. And so it's all just your own body strength. And so that is why I love it. I love doing all of that stuff. So it's like all me is intense. I do the intense version. Like I would enjoy going to the studio that it's like 90 to 100 degrees. And then you do hot vinyasa. So you can burn upwards of 300 to 500 calories in an hour and 15 minutes because yeah, I do the intense stuff.
my God.
That
That's
seems
incredible.
like
Exactly.
that seems
incredible.
brutal. How long is the session?
We're doing 1 hour, but these are not going to be brutal yoga sessions. They're going to be more restorative. So I'm sure all of us are stressed. We all need to decompress. So it's helpful in that way. And it's very good for athletes in general. So I'm sure a lot of your favorite Detroit Lions do yoga because it's really good for the muscles. So I was a runner before I got into yoga. And one of the interesting things about it is that yoga does really good work on your core. And so if you do any sort of exercise that's, laboring your breathing, it makes your breathing a lot easier because you're really strengthening your core, strengthening your muscles. Balance does all of that. It helps your joints, all of that stuff. So it's a really good full body workout.
Let me know in the comment section, do you like yoga pants? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know what you
Do
guys
you think
think.
you need to specify if it's like wearing yoga pants or seeing others wear yoga pants?
Seeing
And who would
others
be
wear
wearing
yoga
them?
pants, because that's a thing, on the side there about yoga pants. Now men should never be
Is it
wearing
now?
yoga pants.
I don't know how much I want to see men wearing yoga pants. Unless they have like the shorts over them.
So yoga pants, is that what do men wear? Women wear yoga pants. What do men wear for doing yoga?
I mean, no, I'm trying to think actually. I'm like, what have I seen guys wear? I think just like either the bicycle shorts or like the spandex with shorts over the top,
Oh, okay.
Yoga. Fire.
usually.
Okay,
think-
so that makes sense. Like you have the spandex, and then It's just different, guys. We all know we don't do that.
Is it different? Is it different?
Yeah, if I go to the gym wearing yoga pants.
Let me ask you this though, because this is an interesting question now that you think about it. How different are yoga pants from football pants?
Yoga pants no one wants to see a guy wear yoga pants. Guys don't mind seeing the others wear yoga pants because it's not a dude. So it's a definite double standard.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely
it's
is. We have to put pads in the yoga pants maybe. Maybe that'll deter us from actually knowing we have yoga
men
pants
just
on.
have to wear yoga pants or spandex to some degree under their shorts because if they're doing handstands and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like if you did track or like football, that's perfectly fine. Or you go to the gym, people do that. Guys do that too, for sure.
I like these rules. I also think it was interesting, like, I don't remember how many years ago, but there were these conversations that women would have where it was like, yoga pants are not real pants. And I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, somewhere that changed. Because everybody wears yoga pants. Right?
Everybody wears yoga pants now. Everywhere you go, it's yoga pants out there. It says pants, so it means real. It's real yoga pants.
This conversation has taken an interesting turn.
Yes, because we got 145 in the building, and
Ooh.
Hey, I want to know if they all are gonna get on there, get into yoga, and not wear yoga pants though. Because you guys are doing it's on Zoom, right? So you can see them.
It is on Zoom. Why can't you wear yoga pants on Zoom?
You would have, but because no guy wants to look at a guy in yoga pants.
What if there's a woman watching this channel right now and she wants to wear yoga pants? Is that okay?
100%, perfectly fine.
So tell our men.
Men are disgusting.
Wear?
We are ugly beans. Women are not. It's different.
Interesting. If any of you men want to wear yoga pants, I won't judge.
She won't judge. She won't. Make sure you guys. It's like wearing whitey tighties.
It's not like wearing whitey tighties. That's completely different.
Man.
So did you guys already talk about Hard Knocks?
What's that?
Did you already talk about Hard Knocks?
Yeah, want to talk about Hard Knocks? What are you looking forward to in Hard Knocks?
Oh, I don't know. I was just wondering if you talked about it. I saw that there's like things to look forward to today, like behind the scenes of preseason, and what are we going to see? Amon-Ra's house? Is that what we're going to see?
Possibly. But there was the preseason game. Maybe you're going to see the coaches and players, get all hyped for when the game was going on, on the sideline, something that you don't generally see a lot. So that'll be interesting. Maybe we'll get some more Michael Jackson dancing or a different artist.
So everybody really liked that, huh? All the dancing?
Yeah, it reminds me of, a group of guys getting together and having a party, having a good time, and when you see someone doing something funny or dumb, and it's a great way to bond. It's a great way to bond.
Absolutely.
That's what we do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. we do weird things.
What would your guys' songs be?
What would my song be? Rumble, you go first. Let me think of a song.
Oh man, mine will probably shock you guys.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm a karaoke connoisseur, so I'm kind of there with Herm. I know last week he spoke about Otis Redding, Motown, that kind of thing. I can do some country too, believe it or not, man. I got some Billy Currington under my. Yeah, I can pull some Billy Currington, and I can also do some Audio Slave. I'm kind of all over the spectrum there, so I kind of listen to everything. But yeah, that would definitely be my go-to.
Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. That would
oh
be
my
the
gosh,
song.
I can do that whole rap.
Yeah, Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. That's my song right there. Oh man, that's bringing back some fun right there.
Why?
Why? Because it's funny.
And I really can do that whole rap.
When we were in Iraq, we did convoys, and for whatever reason, the station, the local station that they had on for the military at that time, was a bunch of soft music. It was like always like you'd think Metallica or you'd think something hardcore, but it was all girly music. So when we're going down, we got all these battle rattle on, looking like a BA, and then you got these soft songs going on, and you got us sitting there, you hear it all the time, and you're starting to sing to it. You're looking like a BA, but you're singing to the worst song humanly possible. Yeah.
It's not the worst song. I mean, it's a song with story. It's got substance to it.
Yeah.
Don't go chasing waterfalls, Mike.
Or
Keep
I don't
it
want
to the
no
rivers
scrub.
and the
I
lakes
like
that you're
that
used
song
to.
too.
Huh?
I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that gets no love from me.
Yeah, I don't enjoy that one.
I like that one. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's
Of his
ride.
best friend's ride.
Yeah. I don't want no scrub either. So that would be a
Yeah.
good one as well. That for sure will be a.
Do you know what I learned last week when it was announced that Olivia Newton-John passed away? I didn't realize that I knew like every lyric to every Grease song ever created. I didn't really remember that. And you ever do that thing where like a song is prompted in something like, so they had said Hopelessly Devoted, that ballad that she sings. And I randomly just started singing the song. I'm like, I know every word to this song. I did not realize how much I listened to the Grease soundtrack as a young person.
Grease is weird.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
she was an
weird.
icon for sure.
I like Beck. I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me? Throw some Nirvana.
See, I'm
in there.
an R&B hip hop girl. So I love Anthony Hamilton. So that was like one of my favorite artists.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, little
I like
homie.
I'm a soul
See?
girl.
Ronan says
Back
I got
in
a
the
pair
day,
of
Casey and
Zubaz in the
JoJo's,
closet. I do.
Casey and JoJo's Love Always album. Brian McKnight. Yeah, those are some
I'm a
good
Brian McKnight guy. I've seen him like 5 times already. That's my dog.
ones. Ooh.
Absolutely.
All I say, I like rap and metal. You give me Slipknot, Psychosocial, Metallica. Yeah, just.
Can you rap for us?
Can I rap for you? You need more people than 129 in the building to do something like that.
Oh, I was waiting for him.
I can rap, but I need more than
Spit some
129.
rounds.
Spit some rounds. I don't want to put people to shame.
My big just to circle back because we went off on a tangent. I think with Hard Knocks, my biggest thing is I'm looking to see what is being shown and what I remember, what I know, because I have a fascination with TV production in general. So I'm a big Dr. Phil fan, and I went to go see Dr. Phil in studio twice, and I was more fascinated by the production process and how everything works. So for me, I'm looking at what is being shown on Hard Knocks, what I'll think of as kind of, is that produced? Was that a scene that was put together? Because in the first week, there weren't really any scenes. It was more kind of group shots and things to where they're just kind of putting a camera in a group situation or on the field. So I'm curious to see how these scenes play out a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I'm curious about that as well. Will they get like in? You've seen past Hard Knocks where the coaches are talking about players. Do you think this guy can get to the next level? Do you think he's a cut candidate? Curious to see if they do some of that stuff in there. Who they think's excelling that maybe we're not hearing about from behind the scenes. Who's not doing so well? I like to see if they actually get into that type of stuff. So I don't know if they're going to show that, but we'll find out on there. Colts, Lions, Chrissy. What do you want to see on Saturday? Preseason game, week 2. This is kind of like the week 3 game, I guess you'd say, when you had 4 games when you were part of the Lions. Is there anything you're paying attention to in there, or is it just a bunch of waste of time?
When I'm watching preseason, it's almost like I'm looking from a overall scope and just kind of seeing what happens and if anything is interesting or piques interest. I think I'd like to look or pay closer attention to Aiden Hutchinson after all of the excitement around his week 1 performance. But
Yeah, you lost audio. I can't hear you. You lost it. Speak. Seep. Nope. No more. Right in mid-sentence, you just lost your audio.
Oh, man. I like where she was going with this, too.
I know. Yeah.
Ugh.
She said 1 minute. What are you looking forward to their Rumble while she tries to get her stuff figured out?
For the preseason game, I want to see the kind of what we saw the first game, but just I need to see more of our draft picks, those second and third string guys, and as much as we spoke on earlier, as much as I would like to see the starters for an entire first quarter and maybe a drive if they still have the ball, I don't want anyone to get injured. So, but yeah, I want to see that dynamic at linebacker, the dynamic at safety. I want to see these guys start shining and putting it all together.
Now we got the real CZ. Will you please stand up?
Did you hear? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, where did I leave off?
You left off right where you started. You were cut off. This is what I would like to see. There you go.
Oh, I had so much wisdom to spit there. Basically, I tend to look at it from an overview standpoint, see what's transpiring. I'm not going to lie and say that I know what I'm looking for in one-on-one matchups. Like, oh yeah, I'm definitely looking to see this matchup breakdown or whatever. But that is why I enjoy having, NFL pros at my disposal, so I can just ask them.
Okay. Bars. Everybody wants to hear some bars in the comment section. They keep saying, if you guys get me to 100 likes, I'll do a bar. You get me to 100 likes, that's 20 away. I'll spit some bars for you. And we only got a couple minutes left. So if you want to see some bars, throw it in the comment section. Have to get my voice a little bit better. But we're 19 away. So if you want to see some bars, Raw Detroit knows. If you don't know, Raw Detroit actually pretty big back in the day, hanging around the likes of Eminem and D12. Just an FYI. He's a G in the game. So
yeah, Raw's that dude.
He is that dude.
Eminem.
Yeah, now when you seen Eminem, what was your first thought when you met him?
Me?
Yeah, when you seen him, I remember you told me your first thought, and I just started laughing.
Oh, I don't know. He's kind of little.
Yeah, small guy. Does he really?
I didn't actually meet him. He was just going through under the tunnel because I was waiting for guys to come out of the locker room after the game and for post game, and he was kind of shuttled through with his entourage. And yeah, he's just smaller individual, but I really like his stuff. So I was a big Eminem fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got some bars for sure. He's definitely got some bars. Does he go to Ford Field a lot, watch the games, like in a suite or anything like that?
I'm not sure. I will say though, he is sober, as is myself. So he's a clean and sober individual, which I very much commend people who are in the spotlight who come out, especially in an industry like that, to say that they're clean and sober, because that really helps other people feel like they're not by themselves and that they can do it and still have a worthwhile life.
Oh man.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's hard to do. That's hard to do. Kirk Cousins extended his contract, Mr. Detroit City, so that is not going to happen there. Yeah, Kirk Cousins is not coming to Detroit. That's for sure. Let's see. Congrats on being clean. Everyone in the comment section loves that you're doing that. What are you looking for in the regular season? What is your win-loss record? I don't know if people know this, Chrissy, for the Detroit Lions.
My win-loss record?
Yeah, you see preseason, you see what's going on. What is your win-loss record?
Okay, wait. I have to do the math for 17 games now. It's just not normal still. It's so hard. I don't really like to do predictions like that. I really hope for between 7 and 10 wins. That's my fingers crossed.
7 and 10 wins. When you look at this defense, do you think there's a lot to improve on? Do you like what you've seen from the defense? What do you see from
I just like the fact that there's been an emphasis on the front just with the last two drafts, and that's where a lot of talent is, because I just love defenses that have that great pass rush, because it carries over. So I enjoy watching defenses like that. So I miss those types of defenses. We had them a couple times when I was there. So I don't know if you remember Dick Duran. So we had a good defense under Dick Duran. And then we had it again under Coach Schwartz. So I personally really like seeing the strong defensive front. So that's what I'm hoping for. And it makes all your players behind them better. I'm not enjoying all the linebacker talk that I'm hearing and how you are basically looking for anyone who knows the position, Mike, to go ahead and sign up for our team.
Yeah, I'm looking at you. You could be the mic there and help us out. Are you Julianne Moore? That's in the comment section. Are you her?
Who keeps asking me that? That's the second time people have asked me that.
Are you actually?
Yes,
did you play on Oceans, or were you in the movie Ocean's 11?
That's Julia Roberts.
Yeah, Julia Roberts too. You all look the same. So were you in Ocean's 12?
I was not. I have heard Julia Roberts. I don't know if I've heard Julianne Moore, but yeah, I can see both.
Okay. So she is them. And
I am both of them.
She's both of them at the same time. So just letting everybody know you got a celebrity on here.
Do we have enough for your bars yet?
Nope, we don't. And it didn't happen. Unfortunately, there's 11 away, and it's not looking like it's 5 o'clock right now. So maybe next time if you got to 100 likes. So there's 10 more to go. So if you want to hear a couple bars, really enjoyed her in Cape Fear. Just seen Levi Uzrike bench pressing a car 10 miles. Interesting. Well, we're gonna go ahead and close this show out. What do you got to say about yoga? Really quick, and what you guys are doing.
Yoga. Come join us at 7 Eastern time. We'll have fun. You can do some, breathing exercises. You can do some balancing postures. Who knows? We're going to make it fun. That's the whole point, is to just have fun with it. So feel free to come on, see what we're doing. If you're a dude, you can bring your yoga pants. That's what Mike wants. I think he's going to join just to make sure that all the dudes are wearing yoga pants.
Yeah, man. Lions Rumble. I'm looking right
at you.
That
is the creepiest face I've ever seen.
I'm looking right at you, man. I get it from Hills Have Eyes, dog. So
yeah,
but no, for real, tomorrow with Angela's boot camp too. Like, I'm gonna probably do a boot camp on Saturday. In which case, I mean, she did.
I need to work on my core.
And she did 52 push-ups for her birthday, a video, and she couldn't just do 52 push-ups. She did like side push-ups and like all kinds of stuff. So she's hardcore.
She is hardcore.
Boot camp.
Very hardcore. Especially, her profile is very much that so. Married to her more as well. Lions Rumble, what do you got to say when we close this bad boy out?
Yeah, man. Guys, enjoyed Hard Knocks tonight. Thank you guys, as always, for having me on. I really appreciate it. And yeah, man, you guys just keep roaring, help grow this community. It's a memorable experience here, man. They're doing yoga now. They're expanding. Like, man, let's keep roaring, man. Let's keep this positivity up, man.
100%. We got to get DDP on here. We got to get some people on here.
I could probably get DDP on here.
Let's get Diamond Dallas Page and get Bill Goldberg too. I'm a big Goldberg fan. Let's get them on here. He played football. Let's talk about it. He's a Georgia Bulldog. Matthew Stafford old school. So, hey, appreciate everybody hanging out. Smash that like button, and I will see you later.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour. Take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder. Work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.